Hey everybody, this is Rebel. Welcome to another Rebel's Points of View. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. It's kind of like starting to come back up in social media just a little bit, but we're going to be talking about the fact of all these states, or not all, but there's a few states that are talking about seceding from the Union, which we all don't know what the Union is. It's the United States. And it's kind of a crazy time in our generation, in our lifetime, in what we're seeing today, and what's going on with everything today. We're on the brink of civil war, whether you all want to believe it or not. We are on the brink of civil war with all the political movements that are going on, and it is all political. It's 100%, 1000% all political. It's a division between red and blue, just like it was back in Civil War days, the North and the South. Um, except for, there's no difference. I mean, everybody's wanting to break away from the tyranny that is becoming our government. It is crazy to see in my lifetime all the different changes that I've seen throughout the world. I can remember I've never been big into politics other than to the last couple of years, maybe. But the fact of, I remember watching, Reagan and Carter. I remember watching, a little bit of this growing up as a kid. But to see the political change that is coming about with everything, it does not look good. And I don't think it's going to get any better. I mean, hell, look, first president ever to be indicted twice. We've totally went from a peaceful time with all these other countries to now we are on the brink of doomsday war, nuclear war, even more type of high sophisticated wars. Um, this is crazy. This is only this it has escalated in just the last couple of years, and I mean it has been a ticking time bomb forever. But it is to the point now where the fuse is getting shorter and it's getting closer to exploding. And it's just plain and simple. I mean, we're all gonna have to come to that realization. I know a lot of people get on me for, getting into this and stuff like that, but you know what? You've got to. It's all around us. You can't get away from politicalism. You can't get away from, I mean, look at everything with the boycotts. Everything with the boycotts is political. Everything with what's going on with the LGBTQ communities is political. Um, it's all political. And we have a government right now in the United States that is not the most well government. I'll just put it that way. Um, it has fallen, and I think it's trying to still get up. Um, and no pun intended. Okay, yeah, there was a pun intended in that. But the idea of these country or these states wanting to secede from the union, it needs to be an eye opener for everybody. I mean, you have, like I said, Texas brought this to the table a couple of years ago, I believe it was, and now they're even talking about it again. They're actually putting it on a ballot for the 2023 general election for the state. Everybody in the state to vote if they want to secede from the union. Uh, if it passes, then they're going to probably have a few years of trying to put things together, getting everything ready. It's not going to happen overnight. They're not going to pass this and, okay, we're succeeding. This is the way it's going to happen. There's a lot more involved in succeeding from the United States than what people think. You can't just close your borders and say, okay, we're done. We're a different country. Even though we did that. What was that one up in, what was that one up in Washington? Chad, what was that country? They just kind of like closed off 6 city blocks and made it their own independent country. It's kind of weird. But I wonder what happened to that one, by the way. I'll have to look into that one next. But no, the idea of succeeding from the government, from the United States and becoming an independent country is going to be a long, drawn out process. And they tried it once before. It's a reason why it's so hard to do. You can't just do it. You have to have permission from the Supreme Court. You have to have permission from basically the top levels of government in order to do it. And this all came about when Texas tried to secede from the Union back in 1861. This was where was created a clause in the Constitution stating that the Constitution was a non-destructible Constitution, or the Union was a non-destructible Union. The Constitution stated that after the White versus or Texas versus White back in 1869. It says the United States Supreme Court pronounced a verdict of reason seismic forces. Texas v. White established a precedent declaring the secession is unconstitutional and reaffirming the notion of an indestructible union. So basically, what that happened, and we'll go back into, if you want to go bigger history on that, leave comments down below, and I'll do a whole little episode about that, because like I said, it goes deeper dive into history of Civil War proceedings, what happened during Texas versus White and all that. But there's going to be a lot of legal challenges when it comes to it, economical considerations, political, there's going to be a lot of things that has to happen before it is actually, they will be actually absolved into a whole new country. And Texas isn't the only one. Parts of Oregon and parts of Idaho have voted and have passed to merge together. And this, I don't know how that's going to happen. That just happened like in the last few weeks. So that's going to be something that's ongoing, and you don't hear a lot of chatter about it. Like I said, a lot of people don't understand this, but this is a big political shift, what's going on, the reason why this is going on, the reason why we're going through all the issues with all the chaos that we're going through with, the kids, the boycotts, everything. It's all a political agenda. And that is the reason why these states are wanting to pull out, because they don't believe in what is going on in the country. And you cannot, even though the Constitution says that you can create your own independent government, but there was also a clause put in there later on sitting there saying that if you try and you fail, you're going to be tried for treason. So it's kind of like a touchy thing. I think a lot of stuff that is happening, I'm not even gonna lie, I think like with some of the things that happened like during the January 6th, I think a lot of these and some of these other things that you see that pop up and just randomly disappear, I think these are like tests. These are tests to see how far they can go, how much they can progress, how much they can push, how much they can get the agenda across. They're trying to test the waters to see what they can do. That's just my opinion. It's not proven. It's just what I see and what I recognize and what I kind of put, 2 and 2 together and come up with 4 instead of most people coming up with 5 nowadays. But yeah, the whole idea of Texas and Oregon and Idaho, wanting to combine together, or Oregon and Idaho are wanting to combine some counties together and make, basically Oregon's counties are wanting to combine with the state of Idaho and redraw their borders and become part of Idaho and leaving Oregon. And the reason why they're doing that is because they don't believe in the political stance that the state is on. And I'm not going to lie, most of these states that are doing this and are talking about it are the red states. Then you come back down to it again. This is what I'm talking about, Civil War. The red and the blue. It's not the gray and the blue anymore. It's the red and the blue. So I don't even know what even side to be on. I try to stay as much in the middle and as I possibly can, but 9 out of 10 times it's hard. You got to take a side on something. But the fact is, everybody needs to be more vigilant on what they understand. They need to start researching. They need to start. You need to start looking at history before they start erasing it. They've already started erasing history a little bit at a time, and it's going away fast. And the reason why they want history erased is for the fact so you can't do this. You can't come back and look what happened back in the day and come up with your own ideas to figure out how to make things better. They don't want that. This is the bigger power, the bigger power I was talking about in some of my other videos, the overall leaders that are coming together to bring this down. But that is also going to be another one. I'm actually putting something together for that. But I'm going to jump off here, but that's just brain thought. Think about it. Why all of a sudden are all the, why are these states and these counties in the United States, and everybody talking about secession. And I mean, just think about what's going on. I mean, that is probably about the smartest way to create a new government. And another question is, leave comments down below too. If Texas was to secede from the Union and become their own sovereign country, would you move there? That's the question I want. You know, they have everything there. You know, they have the ports, they have the oil, they have the they have the livestock. They've got everything. They can be a self-sustaining country when it comes to socioeconomics and economics, and military. They have it all. They're ready. They've been ready. They've been preparing for this. And I have a funny feeling, a strong gut feeling that this is going to be what we're going to see. It's going to be a reincarnation of the Civil War of the 1800s when it comes to this, because it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I don't know. Leave your comments down below. What else would you like to see and hear about? I'm up for anything. Let me know. We'll talk to you guys later. This is Rebel. Make sure you join us every Saturday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. on Rumble, where you're live at 8:30 p.m.-ish Eastern time. And the links will be above or below. They'll be below. And yeah, tell me your comments. What do you think? Would you want to go? Would you move to the country of Texas? We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of your weekend. Peace. Thank you for all watching this video. If you guys like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that like button and leave comments. We want to know if you guys want to hear anything about what goes on in the world and want a little bit more in-depth talk about it or my opinion on it. Please leave it in the comments below. And we'll see you on the next one. Watch this next video if you guys really want to see some more stuff. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.